My name is Kenley, and this is going to be another tutorial, and it's going to be on the Munchmill, or as some people will call it, the Babymill. Now, for this move, I would suggest you know how to do barrel mills. It'll make things a lot easier because you'll understand the concept of like twisting your upper body, and you'll also have a better understanding of like not using your hands at all to like be able to keep going. But you don't actually have to know barrel mills. I never learned barrel mills when I learned Munchmills. I only knew how to do German mills with tap mills, but you don't actually have to have barrel mills at all. You could just learn Munchmills like without barrel mills. As long as you have a good head mill, you'll be able to do it easily. So then, the thing about Munchmills is that you're going to be kind of like in a barrel with your arms like this, but the thing that's different is that your legs are going to be hooked on like this. Now, and also, while you're going to be on the ground, this is the concept that I would like to stress the most. This is pumping. You don't do this. This is kicking. This is pumping. And what you want to do is that you want to be pumping for Munchmills. And for this, I'm going to show you a little drill that I saw before, and this is going to get you the idea of pumping. So then, you're going to be on your head like this, with your feet crossed together like that. And when you're going to have your feet crossed together like that, try and cross your ankles like this. Try and cross them like this. Don't cross them like this, because then they'll easily become loose and then start, because then like those become loose, and when you start pumping like this, they're gonna start like going apart, and then they're just gonna end up doing like this. So, and doing Munchmills, these aren't Munchmills like doing Munchmills with your legs like this. They're tucked in, but they're not like crossed together. The difference between that is if you're crossed together, you'll be able to have more speed, but if they're tucked in like that, you'll still have a decent understanding of how to do Munchmills. You'll get the idea of being like crunching in your legs like this, how you would do for a Munchmill, and you'll sort of understand like the concept of like pumping. And it's okay if you do that. You can do that to like get the feel of like pumping. If you have like hand pumps, that'll be helpful for you, because then you'll understand the idea of like pumping instead of kicking. So for the drill, you're gonna be on your head with your legs, your ankles locked like that, and then what you're gonna do is first you're gonna go down. And so try to like act like you're going into a windmill or like a Munchmill from that. And then once you do that, once you're on your back, you're gonna try and pump back up onto your head, and then go again. So put that together. You're gonna be on your head, swing down, pump up, and try to get back onto your head. And that's pretty much the basis of doing the drill. And if you want, you can practice doing Munchmills with your hands like that. So just do this drill of swinging down, pumping up, and go back onto your head. This drill helped me out because I didn't know how to do any other no-handed windmills other than German mills. And this drill helped me out very much when I was learning Munchmills, because then I was able to grasp the concept of like pumping. And that's the thing I want to stress the most. The whole thing about pumping is where you're going to be able to get onto your head, because your legs are going to be crossed like this, so you're not going to be able to have like your right leg, if you're going clockwise, to be able to swing up to get you the lift. And don't forget, still use your hips. Don't forget to use your hips when you're pumping. Try and like synchronize that movement. So don't just do pumping like that, because that won't give you enough air time to get up. Try to like pump and use your hips as well. So pump, and then use your hips. So put that together, it'll look like this. Try and I would sort of suggest you another way of practicing pumping is that you're on your back and pump up and try and get as much air time as you can and try and land onto your back. And be careful about doing this drill because it might hurt your back as well. But try and land onto your upper back or middle. But I would prefer upper back. So just pump and use your hips and try and land and get as much air time as you can. So put that together. It'll look like this. And that's pretty much the basis of pumping. It's all about using your hips and and using your feet. And if you want to do this stabbed, I wouldn't suggest doing that because it will be sort of difficult to do that because you need more momentum. But you can do this from barrel mills and try and slowly put your legs together if that's what you want to do. Or you could just do normal head mills and then just go into Munchmills into that so you have enough momentum. And you can also do that for barrel mills if you want. So just go into head mills so you can gain the momentum and then just cross your legs together and then go and do Munchmills from there. But the thing I would like to suggest the most is that you start this from standing, because if you do that, you'll be able to go into it immediately, like this. It'll be a lot easier if you just go into the Munchmill from standing. Now then, once you try and practice this, you should at least be able to get back onto your upper back. So once you get one Munchmill, try and continue it. And to continue, just try and keep a rhythm of the pumping. And just keep a rhythm of the pumping and try and keep a 1-2 rhythm, pump, get on your head, and then land, and then pump, head, pump, and land, pump, head, and land. And just practice the drill that I told you about, being in the headstand and going for Munchmills and practicing the concept of pumping that way, and or you could practice the concept of pumping of being on your back and then pumping up and try and get as much air time. And another tip that I would suggest is that you wear a jacket or something to cover your elbows, because when you're doing this, you might be a little bit low on the pumping, so when you're gonna be twisting your upper body, you might scrape or pretty much scrape your elbow when you're going in, when you're twisting. And so I would suggest you to wear a jacket so you don't get the scrape. And once you get used to it, you'll be able to pump higher and you won't feel that scrape on your elbow anymore. And one thing I would like to say is, since I learned this without any barrel mills, I constantly landed on my lower back, and there are several reasons to it, and this is one of them. I have my legs always out like this when I was pumping. So as I said before, this is kicking, and you won't get as much airtime if you're doing this. You'll get more airtime if you pump by doing this. And as well, try and tuck it in as much as you can. That way you'll be able to have more air time. And when you're landing as well, don't be scared and just go don't be scared and try and retract your put your legs out. If you do that, you'll just end up doing a windmill Munchmill suicide, which isn't what you want to do. You want to be able to do it continuously. So once you land it, keep it good. Get it back into, try and charge it up and push it back into your chest. So when you're in a head cone drop and you're gonna go into a Munchmill, you just push it back in. Try to push it back in. That way you'll be able to pump back up. And Now I'm going to show you my Munchmills on carpet, which is going to be not a lot, but you'll get the concept. You'll see like how my Munchmills are. And with that, that's the end of the Munchmill tutorial. If you need any help, message me or send me a comment or send me a video response. I would prefer a video response if you need help with this move, because that way I can see and analyze the video and I'll be able to help you out with this. Goodbye.